What's this?
My letter of resignation.
Hello, Agent Keene.
As of today, I'm requesting an immediate transfer out of the task force.
Look, Agent Keene, the revelations about your husband, I trust you had nothing to do with.
I've made up my mind.
I have an urgent case.
He'll have to tell it to someone else.
That's not going to work.
I trust you had nothing to do with your husband. The Bureau, not so much. But they're willing to give you the benefit of the doubt precisely because they know how valuable you are.
I'm only valuable because I'm willing to speak to Reddington, and that is no longer the case.
Agent Keene.
He killed my father. Reddington went into my father's hospital room when he was alive, and when Reddington came out, my father was dead.
I'd like to have a word with Agent Keene, privately, please.
No.
No.
This case relates directly to your husband and why he was here. I have reason to believe an attack is imminent.
Sir, Reddington should tell you what he knows, or you should detain him here indefinitely.
There was a piece of evidence in your storage unit, Berlin. Is that what this is about? Something in Berlin?
People are going to die, Harold.
Those lives are on his hands.
I don't want to seem dismissive, and I promise I will consider your request and all of your grievances. But if what he says is true...
Sir, please accept my resignation.
Agent Keene, are you really willing to put your anger at me above the lives of innocent people?
I'll do the case. But when it's over, I'm finished. Understood? I'm done.
Earlier today, a man died at the Westland Bank in Manhattan. Reports indicate the cause of death may have been the Cullen virus.
As my teams have quarantined the bank, the deceased has been identified as a Paul Blankenship, an armored truck driver.
They're working to identify how he was infected.
Paul Blankenship didn't pick up this bug while wandering through subtropical Africa. I believe he was infected as part of a larger plot involving myself and this task force.
How does a man dying in a bank have anything to do with you?
Threats on my life are a constant. I monitor them closely. 2 days ago, I received word of a biological threat.
Does this connect back to Berlin?
I suspect this incident at the bank is not what it seems, but rather the first shot in a larger, coordinated assault aimed directly at me.
I don't think Paul Blankenship was a victim of an outbreak. I think he was a foot soldier in a biological army.
I think he was meant to carry out orders by a superior, someone who's willing to use one of the world's most deadly viruses to further their cause.
An outbreak of Cullen could lead to a global pandemic.
The very threat of an outbreak would cause panic, fear.
And fear is a valuable tool to get people to do what you want.
Sounds like an elaborate plan just to get to you.
Listen, I can't connect all the dots between the incident at the bank and the eventual outcome, but I sincerely doubt his death was part of the plan. A plan devised by someone who doesn't care how many people die as long as I'm one of them.
Dr. Nina Buckner, CDC's Epidemic Intelligence Service.
Good to see you again. Thanks for taking the time. We don't want to interfere with your investigation.
No, actually you do, especially after what I'm about to show you. We did a full workup on the victim. He was infected with what we call Cullen, a virus strain so lethal that 24 of the world's leading virologists declared a moratorium on all research.
It's too deadly to study?
All known cultures are on lockdown. The risk is too great. The influenza pandemic in 1918 killed 50 million people. If this strain went airborne, it would wipe out that number in the first month.
If it went airborne, so you're saying you think it didn't?
Correct. We've checked everyone in the bank. Incredibly, nobody else is infected. It looks like this virus was intentionally mutated to contain itself in the original host. It doesn't spread.
So you're saying that somebody designed this virus, built it to target the infected victim?
Yes, he was poisoned. I think we may have found the murder weapon. This was in Blankenship's jacket.
That's the virus.
Well, we don't know yet. We're taking it back for analysis now.
Why would somebody send it to him? Did he inject himself?
Well, that's your department, but I'll say this. There are not a lot of scientists proficient enough to mutate a virus like this. Anyone working with Cullen is doing so in isolation, illegally, and for no good purpose.
The aircraft that crashed into the East River earlier today is apparently being classified as a prison transport plane. Rescue officials report that the cabin was retrofitted with restraints with a capacity for 10 to 12 passengers. No word yet on the crime.
Mira's dead.
Common military.
You said we were all targets. Why?
The day we met, you asked me why I surrendered to the FBI.
There were many reasons. One of them was Berlin. That's why he's here. because the work we've done has forced him out of the shadows. He can't allow the task force to continue. Mira was a casualty in a war she didn't even know she was fighting. I'm afraid just by association, I've made you all potential targets.
It was Tom. If Berlin had the names of the agents in the task force, he had to have gotten them from Tom. Sam's name was also in that book. Why? How is my father involved in this?
It's all just pieces of a much larger puzzle, and until all the pieces are laying in front of you, it won't go together. What I do know is this: Sam's involvement was as your father, and no one can pervert or distort that. Right now, our task is to identify our enemy today. Berlin wasn't the only prisoner on that plane, and whoever wanted him wanted the others as well. You need to find out who that someone is.
I don't know. This is America, yes? In the USA, I get a lawyer.
Let me tell you how it works in the USA, Dmitri.
You tell me who put you on that plane, where you were being taken, and I will do my best to protect you from them. Or I find out on my own, which I will. And when I do, I will turn you over
To whoever you're running from. Let them decide what to do with you. So, let me ask you again. Who put you on that plane?
Okay. I love FBI. I want for arrest in Russia. I go to Venezuela for hiding. They find me there. Put me in car, take me to airport. Plane is already there. I see it is not just me. There are others. We're not allowed to speak. I don't know more.
Who found you? This was an SVR op. This guy's a Russian fugitive being stolen back by his own country. One of the damn planes unmarked.
The Russians are never going to say a word about it, let alone release the manifest.
You want me to get the State Department involved?
No. I want you to get Reddington involved. Maybe he'll pay the Russian ambassador a visit.
Тузик, где мой мальчик? Тузик, Тузик.
Good evening, Ambassador.
Who the hell are you?
No need to worry. Tuzik and I are getting along splendidly. Care for a peach? I rarely enter someone's home for the first time without bringing a gift. And there's a wonderful little produce stand around the corner.
I'm calling the police.
Mr. Ambassador, as we speak, there's an unmarked plane being pulled from the East River. I think we both know that plane is Russian.
That plane has no ties to the Russian
You
government.
really should try the peaches. They're perfectly ripe. And freestone, unlike a clingstone, the pit of a freestone separates more freely from the flesh, making it ideal for consumption. The prisoner's on that plane. I need the manifest.
I swear. If you hurt him,
Oh my goodness, no. I'm not a monster. You really think I'd harm a dog? Ah!